Hi, and welcome to this demonstration of the Marine Institute software. Well, it's a software that we've purchased that we use to apply submit practice questions to our students so they can reinforce learning, as well as to provide some assessments in the form of assignments and quizzes. This software is called MapleTA. It is a web-based software, so it's accessed using a standard browser such as Internet Explorer or Google Chrome. It's currently Java based, but they're migrating to HTML5 for those of you who are interested. Basically what happens is we have this software residing on our servers here at the Marine Institute. We set up a student account, and I have set up a student account for a student called Thing1. As the instructor, I would have gone in and set all this up prior to the course beginning, and basically what happens is the learner would log in by typing in their user login and password, and when they go in they would see that they have access to a number of courses. I've set this account up to have access to several courses. The one that we're going to look at right now is the demo course, and these are the classes that this Thing1 is taking. So we're going to go into the demo course, and we see that once we go in there we have a couple of things that we could try to access. There's a test here, which we won't be looking at today, but we'll be looking at some sample questions to just show the different types of questions that you can program into this software. So by clicking on this sample questions, and I'll just enlarge it here, you see that we can have several types of questions show up. When you go in, the software generates the assignment for you. It can generate the assignment from a database of questions. We have some knowledge-based courses with hundreds of questions. And it can also generate the questions algorithmically, which means basically that we program these questions in, and it randomly generates the numbers. So in this case here, we have FA is 20, FB is 24, and the angle theta right there is 30 degrees. The next time you go in, the numbers may be completely different. And what happens is we set this up to submit the questions to the students. They get the questions and they have to put some answers in, and I'm just going to type in some answers here, some garbage answers. And then I would go to the next question. Now you have a menu. I've got 3 questions in this in this particular assignment, which I'll just pop in some random answers here. So the first type of question was algorithmically generated. The second type of question here is just a standard knowledge-based question. We can have pictures or photographs as are appropriate. So if you have as an example, a first aid type of question where you would have a photograph of a third-degree burn or a first-degree burn or something, and then you say, well, what type of injury is this? And then you would go ahead and select the appropriate answer and then move on to the next question. So this type of question that I have right here is called a clickable image map, and if you had a photograph of a security scenario and you wanted to identify bad guys, or if you had types of vessels or any kind of or list of people, you could basically identify any hotspots on any image. And basically what happens is you hover your mouse over these hotspots and they become accessible, and you click on the appropriate what you think is the right answer, and then that's your answer that you submit for the question. You can also hop around between all of the questions using the question menu. So I'll just jump back to question 1. And once you've got all of the answers in, you can click the grade button. Now if you didn't have everything submitted in, have answers for all of the questions, then it would warn you. But if you did have everything in, and I've just got this set up in practice mode so we can go in and retry these questions over and over again if we choose, it'll give you your grade. So I got 1 question right. Question is, how did I do on everything? So I'll click view details here, and you go back and you see the questions that you were presented. You see the answers you submitted, and I just put in 1, 1, and 1 for this first question here, which was positively incorrect, and the correct answers were as are listed here. Also, the nice thing about this software is you can show the complete solution for how to get the right question for this particular version of the question. So in this case here, the numbers were 20 and 24 and 30 degrees. And for those numbers right here, you see that we have 20, 24, and 30 degrees. And basically, this presents a complete set of workings for this particular question, and it will provide a complete set of workings for every question based on the appropriate numbers, the randomized numbers that are generated. As well, you get to see how you did here, and in the clickable image map, I selected the wrong the wrong symbol for dangerously reactive materials. I should have selected this one here. This is what I actually put in. That was my answer. And then I put in the correct answer for the multiple choice question right there. Okay, so basically that's how it works. You can have several types of questions. It can be used for questions from any subject area. For example, it could be used to test general knowledge as well as rules of the road. We focus on engineering in my particular suite of courses, but we have experts here in all those fields as well. As an example, it could be used to test, or it could also be used to test navigation skills, where the students are given a number of courses and distances to lay out and asked to report the latitude and longitude of their final position. This would simply be a question of, again, programming in the appropriate mathematics. Similarly, stability questions could also be tested, as well as celestial navigation. And it's not restricted in, exclusively to mathematics. Again, we have a lot of different types of questions that we could use to present knowledge-based courses. So it's also, as an example, conceivable to also test maritime English. Thank you very much for paying attention to this demonstration, and I hope you enjoyed it.